What's up, guys? Jason Julius here, and if we want to crank up our woman's desire and give her full body orgasms during sex, well, then we better understand how to give her the foreplay that she is wired to ache for. But let's be real for a second. For a lot of men, foreplay feels like a chore. It's like the toll booth that you have to pay to get to the good stuff. You think, okay, 5 minutes of kissing, touch the boob, rub down there, and we're good to go. But if that's your mindset, you're trying to light a fire with wet wood. Here's the reality check that you need to hear. Mechanics do not create arousal. You can rub the right spot for 20 minutes, but if the energy is wrong, nothing happens. See, for us guys, we are visual. You see her naked and boom, you're turned on. It's instant. But for her, it's not about the visual. She needs to feel something. Specifically, she needs to feel stirred. She needs to feel that fire. She needs to feel your energy washing over her before her body even wakes up. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 specific ways to trigger that feeling. We aren't going to just talk about techniques. We're going to talk about using passion, uninhibited desire, and playfulness to flip her switch so that by the time that you actually touch her, she is the one begging you to take her. So let's dive in. Tip 1, the volume knob mindset. So tip number 1 is understanding the mechanism. You've probably heard me say this before, but it bears repeating because most guys forget it in the heat of the moment. Men are like light switches and women are like volume knobs. For us, desire is usually spontaneous. You see her body, you think about sex, click, the light is on, you're ready to go. But for women, desire is responsive. That means she doesn't just spontaneously think, I'd like to have some sex right now. She needs to experience something first, some sort of sexy context, and then her desire responds to that. Now, here's where most guys get this wrong. They think sexy context just means lighting a candle or giving her a massage or flashing a naked body part. But context is actually about how you make her feel. Specifically, she needs to feel stirred. She needs to feel your energy impacting hers. And there are 3 specific masculine energies that do this best. Number 1 is passion. She needs to feel that you are emotionally present and adoring her. Number 2 is uninhibited desire. She needs to feel that raw, primal look in your eyes that says that you want her. Number 3 is playfulness. She needs to feel that tension, that tease, that little bit of mischief. This isn't about being logical. This is about being alive within yourself in a way that she feels. If you rush straight to the physical touching without stirring her first, you're trying to crank the volume knob from 0 to 10 in a single second, and her system can't handle that jump, and it feels like pressure. And then guys wonder why she turns them down for sex. So tip number 1 is a mindset shift. Slow down. Stop trying to get to the finish line of intercourse and start focusing on turning that volume knob slowly by injecting passion, desire, and play into the interaction before your clothes even come off. Because once that knob is at a 10, everything else becomes easy. Tip 2, mental foreplay. Tip number 2 is about timing. If you're waiting until the both of you are in the bedroom to start foreplay, you're already late. The best foreplay starts hours before you even see her. It starts at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday while she's at work or handling the kids. We call this mental foreplay. You need to send a signal that interrupts her roommate mode or mom mode and reminds her that she is a woman who is desired. I call this the simmering text. Most guys send texts that are like, hey, what's for dinner? Or, hey, did you pick up the dry cleaning? That is functional and it kills desire. Instead, try sending something like this. I just had a flash of you in that dress that you wore last week, and I haven't been able to focus on work for the last 10 minutes. Or if it's your personality, you can get much dirtier than that, and she'll love it. Why does this work? Because you're using trickster energy. You're bringing playfulness and disruption into her mundane day. You're also showing uninhibited desire. You aren't asking for anything. You're not asking if she's in the mood. You're just letting her know that she has a hold on you, and that makes her feel stirred, and it plants a seed in her mind that grows all day long. Now, here's a real pro move that a lot of guys will miss. When you finally get home, do not touch her immediately. Now, I know this sounds counterintuitive. You want to rush in and capitalize on that text, but don't. Give her a kiss, look her in the eye with that same deep primal desire, and then walk away and go do something else for at least 10 minutes. That creates tension. It lets that energy simmer just a little bit longer. And when you finally do touch her, the anticipation will make it electric. Tip 3, the non-linear map. Tip number 3 is where most guys lose the momentum. Most men treat a woman's body like a checklist. Step 1, kiss the mouth, check. Step 2, grab the boob, check. Step 3, go downtown, check. It is linear, it is predictable, and frankly, it is boring. And if she knows exactly where your hand is going next, her brain checks out. She stops feeling stirred and starts waiting for you to finish. To fix this, you need to bring in the energy of playfulness. You need to be non-linear. You need to be unpredictable. Stop going straight for the bullseye, like the nipples or the clitoris. Those are the destination. You want to map the journey. Here is what that looks like. Start at her earlobes, move down her neck, but instead of going to her chest, flip her over. Run your tongue all the way down her spine and then gently blow on the wet skin. That'll send chills down her entire nervous system and it'll wake up nerves she didn't even know were listening. Then move to her inner thighs. Kiss and lick right next to her most sensitive areas, but don't touch them yet. Tease the perimeter. Get close enough that she thinks that you're going to go there and then pull away and kiss her neck again. Why does this work? Because unpredictability creates tension, and tension creates desire. When she doesn't know what you're going to do next, she has to stay present. She has to stay engaged, and you're just going to keep her guessing, and you're stirring her energy up. And that frustration, she feels it because you haven't touched that spot yet. And that is the fuel that's going to make the explosion so much bigger when you finally do. Tip 4, decisive leadership. Tip number 4 is the difference between a pleaser and the elevated lover. Stop asking for permission. I know that you want to be respectful, and I know that you want to make sure that she's comfortable, but there's nothing that kills the vibe faster than asking, "Can I take your shirt off? Is this okay? Do you want to move over there?" Every time that you ask a question like that, you force her to step out of her body and into her logical brain to make a decision. You force her to become the leader. Instead, you need to bring leadership energy from your king archetype. You don't ask, you guide. If you want her shirt off, you start unbuttoning it while you're looking her in the eyes. If she isn't ready, she'll let you know, but you assume the yes. If you want her on her stomach, don't ask her to turn over. Put your hands on her hips and physically turn her over. If you want her hands somewhere, don't ask her to touch you. Take her hand and place it exactly where you want it. This isn't about force, it's about certainty. When you move with certainty, her nervous system relaxes. She feels that you're in control of the moment, which means she doesn't have to be. She can stop thinking, stop managing, and finally just surrender to the feeling, surrender into her feminine. And that is the greatest gift that you can give her. Tip 5, give her an orgasm first. Tip number 5 is the one that changes everything. Now, most guys think foreplay is just the warm-up for the main event. They think the goal of foreplay is just to get her wet so that they can have intercourse. And then they try to give her an orgasm. But that creates a ticking clock. There's pressure for her to finish and pressure on you to last long enough to make it happen. Flip the script. Give her an orgasm before sex begins. Use your hands, use your tongue, use the techniques that we talk about on this channel to get her all the way over the edge before you ever penetrate her. Why does this work so well? Because the moment she has the first release, her armoring drops. All that tension she was holding in her body, all the stress from the day, all the self-consciousness, it evaporates. Her nervous system is completely reset. She feels seen because you prioritized her pleasure. She feels stirred because you brought her to the peak. And now the pressure is off. She's in an orgasmic state, which is a total state of presence where alpha brainwaves are abundant. Now intercourse isn't a race to the finish line. It's just pure connection. And the crazy part is, once she's had the first orgasm, she's physically primed to have 3 or 4 more with way less effort. So don't rush to get inside. Give her an orgasm first. This is the secret of men who have wives who constantly want them. Okay, so you have the tips, you know to slow down, you know to be unpredictable, and to prioritize her pleasure first. But mastering foreplay isn't just about memorizing a checklist of moves. It's about understanding the deeper code of her primal desire. It's about knowing why her body responds to certain energies and shuts down to others. It's about knowing how to speak directly to her nervous system so you aren't guessing anymore. Now, I've put together a free training that I call Her Primal Desire Code. This goes way deeper than what I can cover on this channel. It breaks down exactly how to trigger that deep instinctual want in her so that you can become the man she craves, not just in the moment, but all the time. And you can watch it free over at elevatedlover.com. The link is in the description. Go click that, watch the training, and it's going to connect all of the dots for you. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button because it really helps the channel reach more men like you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button because I have a lot more cool content coming up. And leave me a comment below. Let me know any questions that you have, and I'll see you in the next video.